Guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Off the Clock, the soon-to-be number one podcast in the world. Grant,
yes,
Aiden, it's been a minute since we've done a podcast episode. It has been a minute.
The last episode we released was Plan Q, as we said. It was 17 minutes long, and it was great. But we're back for a full-length, legitimate,
normally scheduled and recorded episode.
It's going to be amazing.
And planned episode.
I mean, there's a loosely... None of them are ever really planned, just kind of loosely planned.
Talk about planning. If you guys ever have a topic you want us to do, shoot it to us in the email or the DMs or whatever.
Yeah, shoot it to us in the DMs.
Yeah.
Slide those DMs for us.
Slide in the Off the Clock with the Interns DMs.
So, Ian, you have some questions for us?
I do. Okay. But first, guys, how have your weeks been? How are we doing?
Well, a couple episodes ago, I talked about my dual enrollment Composition 1 course, and it's over. It's done. It's finished. I got by with a 95 in the class, which is an absolute win.
Let's go.
So this past week, that was over. I've been chilling. I've been played at some jazz performances this week, which has been fun. And yeah, led worship this Sunday with Ian.
Yup.
Playing the electric guitar and Grant in the tech booth.
Yeah.
It was a party.
Ian sitting with his feet up on that ottoman.
Oh, yeah. Yes. My week, a little crazy. Had a tech week for a theater show. Had two performances this week. So.
Which he slayed.
Yes, Ian and I went to see one of them, and it was so good.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
So, definitely rolling on
Higher Grant.
4 hours of sleep.
Broadway.
Oh. Yeah, sure. If there's anybody casting anything, sure, shoot me a text or an email, I guess. I don't know. No. Definitely running on lack of sleep and adrenaline, but we're okay. We're rolling. Substitute word right there. So wait. This is what, I feel like
wait, what word did you guys think he was going to say?
So,
I couldn't think of any words.
I feel like we need to say this
Nothing came to mind.
Because of the amount of times I said vibing on the vibing episode, I got some criticism. In a good way. I fully own it, but I'm going to try to do a complete 180 and see if I can not say the word vibing from this
for
point
a whole episode.
So yeah, that's
no offense. I don't think it's possible.
I think we're gonna full send and see if it see what happens.
Yeah. And I won't cut any out. So if you guys hear them, that's actually how many times he said it.
Yeah. So anyway,
starting now, Grant is no longer allowed to say
and Ian
vibe
and Aiden,
or vibing.
If I do say it, they will point it out in the pod. But
yes,
that's a side note.
We got you.
We will, big time.
Okay.
So anyways,
wait. Ian, how's your week been?
Dude, my week has been pretty good. It's been a busy week, but it's been a good week. Coming off the concert from last week, we all went to Atlanta to see the band Camino. Shout out to them.
Let's go.
Wonderful show.
I was like dead Monday and got nothing accomplished, so it was kind of cramming in the other days this week. But it's been a good week.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome,
glad to be here. So back to the topic that Grant brought up earlier. I wanted to talk about Elon Musk buying Twitter. And what are y'all's initial thoughts on that? And what are your thoughts on Twitter in general?
Well, see, I honestly don't have any opinions on Twitter in general, because I don't have Twitter and I don't look at Twitter. But so what was the whole? What was his whole reason with buying it?
Basically, he bought the app bought the company because Twitter is on this kick and have been for a minute now of banning people and letting people say stuff because it's quote unquote hate speech, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Anyways, so Elon Musk is all about freedom of speech, say whatever you want, First Amendment. So he bought Twitter so he could open up the platform and allow people to say what they want to say basically without being canceled or removed from Twitter.
Honestly, I'm for that completely. I mean, I agree. I've seen, the censorship, all the hate speech and, getting cut off and stuff. So I'm totally for that. That's fine. I think it's great.
Grant, what do you think?
Well, so I do have Twitter. I
do as well.
I'm not on it as often. I don't actually have any social media notifications on just because I tend to waste too much time. Definitely recommend turning
That's
off all
smart.
your social media
Respect.
notifications.
Respect.
Definitely recommend that just because that'll free up some time. But I do have Twitter. I am deep into film Twitter just because I'm a movie nerd. So I have like all the movie updates and stuff on my feed whenever I occasionally look on. I don't know. So when we were talking to Zach Hume about this the other day.
Yes, I was going to bring this up.
And he made a really good point. There is like a level of freedom of speech that I feel like Twitter doesn't uphold in some aspects. Like I would agree with that, but at the same time, like the stuff they try to quote unquote cancel is like stuff that's hate speech, and stuff that like is hateful or false information. And
define hate speech and false information, because your definition of hate speech and false information, I'm guessing, is very different from Twitter's.
Well, no, that's probably true. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's a fine line for me to walk because like I obviously like don't partake in any of that stuff. I don't like speaking to that, but I feel like the general like ideas of hate speech and of false information, like I don't know. It's a hard,
Right.
I don't know. It's a hard path to walk.
But saying you disagree with somebody's ideology or whatever on something is not hate speech.
No, that's not hate speech.
And
but,
people getting crapped on for that is not cool.
The obvious example right now is Donald Trump, which, like, all politics aside, like, Twitter's reasoning for banning him was quote unquote incitement of violence, so inciting violence, right?
Yeah.
So like, no matter what your opinions are on that, I feel like that was their methodology in like taking him off the platform was like they're striving for peace and stuff like that.
Which is say what you like, politics aside, that technically speaking, what they claimed that they were trying to do by removing him was not a bad thing, but personally, I don't think he should have been removed, and I don't think he incited violence. But that aside, people who like just don't necessarily support, like, say, a lot of the hot topics today, like gay marriage, whatever, transgender, like all that stuff that's going on, and then people who get canceled simply for not agreeing with that is not great, because there's a problem. Here's my thing with Twitter and social media platforms in general. They can do whatever they want to.
Yes.
That is their right. However, they are also trying to create a platform where they are claiming that it is for people to be able to speak their minds and like freedom of speech or whatever. So if they're doing that, but then they're also cutting and clamping down things that they want to and not letting everybody speak their mind,
sure,
I think that's like kind of counter to what they're claiming that they're trying to do. So that's kind of my problem.
I
with
will
it.
say extreme examples of awful hate speech or speaking down to minors or like just disgusting people doing disgusting things, like that has to be censored. But stuff like that, so like there's always should be
absolutely
some level of something, and when there is some level of something, there's always going to be people that say that's ridiculous. That is wrong.
Right.
When it's just, us as humans disagreeing on something because that's what humans do. I think that's fine.
I feel like
and it's to a degree it's healthy.
Yeah. Part of my problem with culture today in general, Twitter, social media in general, and just people in general is now, instead of like, there's always those guidelines of like, we need to, like, this is unacceptable. But now it's to the point where it's like, people are saying it's unacceptable just because someone disagrees with them. And like that just really, really irks me and really makes me mad, because I'm like, people need to be able to discuss and argue and debate. And I feel like that's just being kind of like killed. So I'm hopeful that Elon buying this will open that back up to some degree.
I'm all about the heart behind stuff. So like going back to the example of Donald Trump, like, again, this is, despite whatever my opinions are on that specific situation, what I may or may not agree with, like, I think like the heart behind it, if it's what, Twitter was really saying, like we are trying to like stop the incitement of violence, like just that principle in general, I can get behind to an extent. So I don't know. I kind of understand from like that perspective of, trying to cut down on some of that stuff, because that can cause a lot of like real world, like physical trouble, not just internet trouble. I don't know though. Like at the same time, I do agree that there need to be public forums for debate that aren't as censored. So I don't know. I think going back to Zach Hume though, like the number one thing he brought up was, well, Elon really loves free speech almost a little too much, to where whatever platform, he's trying to support in that can become extremely toxic, even more toxic than Twitter already is.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
So like that for me, like that's the other side of the coin. Like, you have the more free speech, but you have the more free speech. Like you have
right.
more toxicity and more words that you can say, more weapons in your verbal arsenal. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't like participating in debates. You guys know me. I hate siding with stuff. I'm so in the middle on basically everything.
Yeah, me too, man. I hate stating my mind about anything.
But Ian, what's your
false information? You're canceled. I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. So like, it's hard for me to like say stuff specifically because I just tend to not. I tend to avoid that. But I do think like there is a fine line to walk, and I'm more than anything curious to see how it is walked than anything else. Because I don't think we really know.
I think it's better to err on the side of too much free speech than too little.
Ooh,
personally,
that is a great point.
Okay, yeah,
that's a great point.
Well, no,
man.
Personally,
here's that's the debate though. Do you err on the side of caution, which I feel like is
no? But here's the thing. I agree. What you're saying is you're looking at this from like at least how I'm hearing this. You're looking at this from like a Twitter is erring on the side of caution, like trying to believe the best. But the way I look at it, I don't think that's what Twitter's trying to do. I think personally that like Twitter is just trying to like have control and like push the agendas and the narratives that they want.
That might be true.
Rather than
maybe
I can't speak to like the heads of Twitter's political or personal opinions. Like I don't know that.
Right.
I'm just speaking from like the stuff I've seen and from the official statements they release.
Sure.
Like I don't.
But you
really
gotta look
know.
at the content that they
100%.
are banning and canceling. But
that's true.
I don't know.
100%.
Back to like the whole free speech, too much free speech or too little free speech. Like I said, I would err on the side of more free speech.
Right. Me
than
too.
Not
man.
enough.
Me too.
But like I definitely understand there can be problems with that. But I would rather somebody like me as a Christian insult me, like as a Christian, insult my faith, but have the right to be able to say that, rather than them not being able to say anything about anything at all.
Right.
Not that I'm going to agree with that or necessarily appreciate that, but I would rather them be able to express themselves and me also be able to express myself. Not that I also go on Twitter and tweet, because I absolutely do not.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. That's just kind of my personal.
Well, again, as humans,
on that.
we disagree and we all have our different ideas. And I honestly, personally, a lot of the times love hearing other people's ideas and other people's
100%.
thoughts on whatever it is, whether it's political or religion or just a certain way of doing something or getting a task done. I love hearing other ideas, and maybe it goes back to like kind of my creative mind as a musician and a creative, because I like seeing a million different ways of doing something and finding out the best way. And I think that erring on the side of more free speech as opposed to less, and maybe like, let's just let the people be people and hash it out a little bit.
Because at the end of the day, we are all sinners, so like there's gonna be things that are gonna be offensive to somebody said,
sure,
like, or that aren't gonna be okay. So like, not that I'm supporting quote unquote hate speech.
Yes,
but
absolutely not.
I don't know. I think people being able to express themselves is the move, honestly.
Right. Well, like, see, here's the kind of funny thing about all this is that like I would probably disagree just a little bit, that I would probably err on the side of caution a bit more, just because that's who I am.
Right.
But the fact that we're able to discuss this in an open room and like
perfect
like
example.
and put it on the internet, like that's huge.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's
like,
huge.
That's another thing you got to take into consideration. Obviously, this isn't like the most heated debate of all time, right? Like this isn't anything crazy.
Twitter in itself is not like the world's platform for debating the largest. Like it's literally just Twitter.
Yeah.
So
there's just
I feel like it's a good question. It's a good thing to wrestle with. I don't think there's a straightforward answer on any of this stuff.
There's definitely
it's
not.
all gray areas, It's all
and there's
we don't
pros
really
and
know.
cons to all of
Right,
it. Like,
right.
And again, like you said, back to your point about the heart, it's all about the point, like the person's heart behind it. And so since we don't know that, you can just go based off of actions. But
right.
Yeah. No,
cool.
That's a good discussion, guys.
Cool. Let's go. Awesome. Grant,
Can I ask? Is it
yes,
time?
do it.
Guys,
Come on.
I've been saving this question. Well, we've been saving this question, but I wanted to do this question for weeks, and today's the day. Which Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man?
Tobey, Andrew, or Tom?
We are not debating. We are not debating Miles Morales or any of the like.
No.
That's a separate debate.
We're
Peter
talking
Parker,
the
Miles
big
Morales,
three, baby.
like the big three live action Spider-Man. Who is the best? And like it is kind of a good point in time to debate it because No Way Home has been out for like
a little while,
a couple months now.
Such
So
a good movie.
like,
Oh my gosh.
there's. I hope you guys have seen that movie by now.
If you haven't,
spoiler
what are
warning,
you
they're all
doing?
in it. Like,
just what are you doing? My gosh.
but I feel like now is the time to debate this topic. Which
Yes.
Spider-Man is the best and why? And I want to start. With Ian because I know he has like, strong opinions. I feel like starting with strong opinions will.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna agree, Ian. Who do you say?
Probably. I mean absolutely no disrespect when I say this.
Yeah.
Which whenever I preface anything by saying that, I'm about
He's
to
about to majorly disrespect somebody.
Tobey sucks. He's just not good. The movies just aren't good. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I appreciate what he did for like superhero movies and all that. Like him being Spider-Man, I feel like kind of brought in this whole new era of like superheroes. I appreciate that. But it wasn't good. The movies just aren't good. Now, on to number 2.
You're already like pushing my buttons right now.
It's like-
You're 3 sentences
There's
in.
just
I'm
rage.
like, not sure about this. Okay, continue.
Number 2, Andrew Garfield. His Spider-Man is I don't even know what to say. He is like he's a great Spider-Man. Like he just played the role so perfectly. I felt like his Spider-Man's awesome. His Peter Parker's awesome. I don't think the Amazing Spider-Man movies, they're obviously not as well done as Tom Holland's Spider-Man's.
Yeah. True.
But that's not a knock on Andrew. That's a knock on whatever bum was producing and directing the movie.
Not a bum, but continue.
Oh!
Just continue.
They did a good job, but they could have done better.
Agree.
Well, we have more technology now.
So wait,
That's
this
very
is
true.
also true.
So
so
now,
what's your answer?
hold on. Now number 3.
He's building
We
up
have
the
Tom.
climax here.
Tom Holland is an icon and a legend in our current society right now.
Agree.
I love Tom.
Yeah.
I love Tom and Zendaya. I did not care for Emma Stone that much. I think she's a phenomenal actress.
Okay.
No, she did a phenomenal job. Like, I liked her in the movie with Andrew Garfield. I just personally am not the biggest Emma Stone fan. I think she did a phenomenal job, though.
I'm a massive
So,
Emma Stone fan. So
I know
like,
you are.
but
That's not even hate or like
No, I
disrespect
know.
on her.
That's
It's
just like
just
that's a
literally
conversation for later.
personal preference.
Yeah, agree.
Anyways, okay, so now for my favorite. Now that I've done this whole build up,
Where is he going with this?
Let me reemphasize.
Just say it.
Tobey sucks. Now, objectively, Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man.
I will agree with that. See, I knew we were going to
Personal preference, Andrew Garfield is my favorite Spider-Man.
Dude, I would say my favorite is Tom.
It's not Andrew by much. Like it's basically they're tied.
Okay.
But personal preference, just Andrew, just by a hair, and then Tom objectively is
Dude,
the best Spider-Man.
okay.
I watched this. I don't know if it was my sister was watching. Shout out Reese. My sister was watching No Way Home last night,
Yeah.
and I don't know if it was just like an extra like thing at the end of the movie, or if it was like some extra video she was watching. But it was pretty much 5 minutes of like the cast and directors and crew
Yeah.
of the movie, like just talking about Tom Holland and the way he acts and
the chemistry in that cast is unmatched.
and
For
they
real.
and they talk about a lot about how he has this incredible presence and power on the stage or on the set that no other actor they've seen has, and like he's
I could say that
one
for
of a
sure.
kind, like once in a generation kind of actor, and like he's always reinventing things and coming up with new ways of doing things, and you can see it like if you watch like interviews or like behind the scenes footage from set, and it's really amazing to see what he's able to do. So I think that he's
so
the best.
Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Objectively.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Aiden, that's your opinion too.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
say so. Yeah.
Let's
So I
go.
feel like we
Grant.
can all agree that Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man. Now, here's
Andrew Garfield's the best Peter Parker. Just gonna say that right now.
no. Tom's
the best overall.
No, I think Tom.
he's the
Yeah,
best
okay, yeah.
overall.
We'll go all around. Peter Parker and Spider-Man. I think Tom Holland kind of takes the cake on that. But here's the thing: you say that Tobey's movies suck.
They're not good.
All right.
And I understand the technology part.
No,
I understand that.
Not even that. The technology was groundbreaking and has held up phenomenally. It's the fact that you say they suck. Now, that opinion is completely subjective because
Yes, it is.
I pulled up Spider-Man 2's Rotten Tomatoes score just for
Wait, which one? Garfield
Spider-Man
or
2,
Maguire?
Maguire. So,
Okay.
no matter what your opinions are, as a movie, 93% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics and 82 from audience, with over 250,000 ratings.
Those people are fools.
No. Ian, listen, I love the fact that you have opinions and you are willing to share them.
I will say,
But you are just wrong.
I have not seen these movies in so long, so I'm not going to lay down an opinion on these ones. So.
But I feel like you can't make a sweeping statement that all of Tobey's movies are garbage, because that's just not true. I think that, well, and here's the other thing too. I think both Andrew and Tom would be no one without Tobey.
That is fair.
So, like,
which is what I was saying.
Anything you can attribute like to them, like they are standing on the shoulders of a giant.
100%.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
completely agree with that.
So
100%.
that's kind of where I'm coming at it from. I think Tom is the best. I love Andrew. I think he's hilarious, and I really like Tobey. Honestly, I really liked him, especially in No Way Home. But I mean, Tom, for me, like,
He is the best.
Homecoming came out when
Right.
I was going into high school, and all three movies came out throughout my high school like experience. So like,
Right.
I love like the high school and just growing up with Peter Parker. I think that's great. So of
For
course
sure.
I'm gonna love Tom.
Yeah,
But
Tom's the best.
anyway,
Yeah.
I think so. We settled. Tom Holland is the best
Tom
live action
Holland is-
Spider-Man
Tom
according
Holland
to
is
the
the best.
interns.
Yes.
Tom Holland, if you're listening to this,
We always do this.
Honestly, if any of y'all,
shout out.
including Toby, hears this, come on. Like,
okay,
Feel free.
yeah, Toby.
I will leave if Toby comes.
Yeah, Toby, we'll make sure
Toby
that
will
Ian isn't
replace
on this.
Ian. Toby, I love you. I think you're awesome.
You want an internship?
All right, so that's a good. This is a good sub debate. Ian, you want to finish us out with some dumb questions?
Dude, you freaking know I do.
Of course.
So much. Okay, so here's my first question.
Okay.
Would you rather have arms for legs or legs for arms?
Arms for legs.
What?
Straight up.
Yep.
Wait a
I
minute.
agree.
I agree with that as well.
Monkey. It's easy.
Because
You're just more efficient.
Legs for arms would be awful. That would.
Could you
that
imagine?
Would be horrible.
I mean, you would be significantly faster. But like,
yeah, you would, because you basically be a dog.
yeah.
I'm clipping. Sorry, I was clipping.
But I
Audio
think
term.
That is a technical term.
Yeah, audio term.
yeah. I do think that legs.
I think-
for arms, you're just kind of like a monkey though. Like you just
No,
chill.
no, reverse that.
Or arms for legs, yes. Arms
There
for
it is.
legs, or you're just
There
kind of like a
we go.
monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the move. I feel like that's a pretty easy answer. Okay, so now to my next one.
Okay. wait. Comment below if you think for some reason that legs for arms is better. Like, shoot us a DM or whatever. Like, I don't
Because
even
just
know.
like the Tobey Maguire fans, you're a fool.
bruh.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry, Grant.
Okay.
Okay, anyways, next question. So, if you were competing in the Olympics and you had the option to come in either second or third place, you can't get first place. Somebody else has first place. Which would you choose? Now, I know the obvious answer is second place, but think about it for a second and then tell me.
So is it like the trade off is like second? You were not like if you chose third, you're 2 away from the top. Not
Well,
like you almost got it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the third place position is like you're just happy to be there.
Exactly.
The second
It's like
place is like
anybody
you-
could be there.
Yeah, it's like the second place position is like, you came up short.
Exactly.
Right. Well, I still don't know though.
If you think about it though, because like I don't know, because if I'm getting third, like I'm just like, oh my gosh, I placed in the top 3. This is incredible. If you're
Right.
second, you're like, I was going for that first one. Or you're third, I feel like it's
Yeah.
more you're just trying to get there to begin with.
Right.
I think also if you look at it from like a monetary perspective, so like, are you really going to get more sponsorships, endorsements, payments, money, publicity from going from third to second? Like, I don't think so. You probably
No.
would get more if you're in first. And this
Well,
is a very uneducated
Here's a
music
can I give an
producer talking
example?
about this. Yeah.
So here's a perfect example. last year, my basketball team, we went to a national tournament.
And
There
y'all
were
won the
24
Olympics?
teams. Yeah, we won the Olympics, dude. We destroyed
kidding.
Team USA. Kevin Durant, I locked him up. Anyways, we went to a national basketball tournament.
I clipped again.
Nice. My team placed third out of 24 teams. Now, while in the moment, we were super upset that we did not get first because we had a ton of hurt players and could have gotten first place. Would have been tough, but could have done it. We were super upset. Looking back, I'm like, dang, we placed third out of 24 teams.
Yeah.
But like if we place second, you get to that championship game and then lose.
Yeah, it is kind of like losing the Super Bowl. It's like you made it so far and then you lost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that,
Sorry,
that
Joe Burrow.
sucks. I would never get over that, honestly. Yeah, Joe, please win a Super Bowl this year.
He will. He will.
Please. I need
it
my
was
Bengals to
Stafford's
do
time.
something, man. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. So yeah.
So is the consensus third place?
I don't know though, because I feel like
I'm gonna lock mine in third place.
See, here's the thing though. Like, which looks cooler, a bronze medal or a silver medal? Like,
Silver.
from like, I think silver looks cooler. And like,
But are you really going off of that based off of
no, but
how
I feel like
looks?
it's a factor. Like, I feel like you have something on your wall, a bronze medal or like a silver medal. Like, silver medal's still, I think it looks a little
What's the likelihood if you get second though that that's gonna be as good as you ever do? You know, like if you get third, I feel like it's like, oh,
There's still room for
that's true.
improvement.
yeah. If you get second, like that might be it. You know,
Yeah.
just like a mind thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
I get behind that. I think because of those reasons, I'm gonna lock myself up at third as well.
See, I got him.
Let's go.
I got him. Woo!
Wow, this
I took,
is
a,
like
I took a side, guys.
three,
Y'all will be
man.
y'all will be so happy. I actually like chose something in a debate.
Dude, let's freaking go. This is like 3 unanimous
I know.
agreements in a row.
We're on a roll, gentlemen.
Does that mean they're good dumb questions or bad dumb questions? I'm not even sure.
Probably bad ones, honestly.
No, they're good though. Like they're fun questions.
I have one more.
All right.
This
Okay.
one. This is one that I have contemplated.
I don't even know
What?
where this is going, y'all.
What is the color of a mirror?
What? There is not a color of a mirror.
Silver.
It's
Fine.
not.
What
Final
is
answer.
the color?
Final answer, silver. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't tell you're wrong, but I can't say you're right either.
That's fair.
I don't think there is a color of a mirror.
No, there's got to be. It's got to be some sort of color.
Well, you see,
What color is a window?
But it's clear. That's different.
Well, it's the same. It's literally the only different thing is you see you see
So,
yourself
if
instead
we-
of out like beyond.
No, so that's
y'all
different.
ready? Y'all ready for another science lesson with Grant?
Please.
Mrs. Stowe, my science teacher, just about to die. I'm so sorry. This is part 2. Well, what defines having color? It's the light that like reflects. Reflects. Yep, you see, Mrs. Stowe, I'm so sorry. I'm so remarkably sorry. Refracts off of like the thing that it like hits, right?
Yes.
So if
So
everything's like
technically-
refracting off of a mirror, doesn't
so
it
it's every
technically
color.
have every color, or maybe it has
It's
no
just
color?
only the color of the whatever's in front of it.
Wait. It has no color. So what color is no color?
What?
Because think about it. Black. No.
you're
listen,
confusing me right
listen.
No.
So here's the thing.
I see where this is
People
going.
use black as like the color for nothingness.
No, but I feel like black is like every color, right?
Exactly. Black is a color. So what is the color for nothingness?
Probably white though, because white is
No.
like,
But still, that's still a color, isn't it?
no, I feel like it's the absence. Like that's why we start with a blank canvas on everything, right? Like it's
So
it's
is
a white canvas.
nothing? Is that the nothing color?
I would say white's the nothing color, but I would say that white's not. Maybe white is the absence of color.
Oh my gosh, gentlemen! I googled it, and I have the answer.
Okay.
What is the answer?
Okay.
All right, we're gonna quote Google here, and this is another science lesson with Google.
Okay, Mrs. Stowe, this might be the more official.
So, what color is a mirror? In white light, which includes the wavelengths of the visible spectrum.
The what?
In white light, which includes the wavelengths of the visible spectrum, the color of an object is dictated by those wavelengths of light that its surface atoms fail to mop up. As a perfect mirror reflects back all the colors comprising white light, it is also white.
Oh,
Because it's white light is what it reflects. So it's
Okay.
white.
So therefore, it's nothing because white is nothing.
Yes.
Final answer.
Yeah.
The color of a mirror is
Reluctant,
nothing.
yes. So I'm so not a science person that we're just rolling with Google right
Yeah.
now.
We were rolling with the Google.
Rolling is a great substitute for the word that I can't
What
say.
word is that?
Also,
I don't
wait,
know.
Grant hasn't said that.
I haven't said
We're
it.
doing
my
good.
gosh.
Doing good.
Guys, round of applause for Grant.
Thank
Golf
you.
clap. Golf
Yeah,
clap.
golf
Golf clap.
Wow.
Is it time to close out?
I think so.
Can I say the word to end?
No,
I
no,
thought you were
no.
gonna be like,
No,
"Can
no,
I
you
close
gotta
this in
make the whole
prayer or
episode.
something?"
Praise God for. I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry.
Thank you guys for tuning in to this
been an
episode
incredible episode.
of Off the Clock with the Interns.
Guys, it's been.
No,
Don't do it.
I want to do it.
What if I just stopped the episode right now and didn't let him
It's
do it?
been Slay. Bye, Tobey. Peace. Guys, thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. If you want to watch our last video or keep up with our latest podcast, click right up here. And if you want to subscribe to Off the Clock YouTube, click right down there. Hit the bell if you want to get any notifications, and we'll see you guys next time.